Greetings. My name is Danett Bean. I am a doctor of Eastern medicine, specializes in women's health, here to improve wellness on your perimenopause journey. And today I'm here to talk about a very commonly asked question and very important is, can stress affect perimenopause? Can stress accelerate perimenopause? And the answer is you bet your bottom dollar. Stress can absolutely affect perimenopause. And the question is what to do about it. But first, let me say a bit more about the effect of stress in perimenopause. So, Western, when in Western medicine, when we encounter stress, cortisol levels go up. That's the body's response to stress. And one of the ways the body responds to stress. And this increase in cortisol can cause fluctuations in the hormones of estrogen and progesterone. And during perimenopause, hormones are already fluctuating. The hormones are regularly having a fluctuating fluctuating party. So when the cortisol comes in, it can really affect things further. And so with more fluctuation in hormones, then that can cause more symptoms to occur. But um, my area of expertise, or my doctorate, is in Eastern medicine. And so when stress occurs, I can tell you that the energy in the chi, we say chi or energy, it stagnates. And that can cause a lot of issues, so many different issues that stress can cause, not just the chi stagnating, but it can affect what we call our shen, which is like our spirit, and so, or is our spirit. And so there is lots of ways that stress can affect perimenopause, but never fear. I have some answers or some suggestions, things that can be done that I have personally seen and seen with women patients over the years to be helpful. And, it's really interesting. I'll say this, that, I've seen women, you know, be talking about something stressful and then get a hot flash. It can be like that automatic because of how our mind and bodies are intimately connected. And yeah, that can, it can definitely happen where a woman is feeling stressed and then a hot flash is happening. And so that's more on a, an obvious level, but then there's, the longer term effects. And what's interesting with stress is it's almost impossible not to deal with stress. And sometimes there's positive stress, right? Things that we like that's going on that could make us feel stressed. And sometimes there's the things that we don't like that are causing stress on our bodies and our minds. And there was a study done some years back where it was like a group of women, and it was like 72%, I think it was over 70% of women were experiencing stress and didn't even know it. They had some way that they were monitoring them. And it's so interesting because many times we just get accustomed to living with a certain level of stress. So that's why prioritizing your health and having a great stress management program in place is really essential, because there's the parts of things, the stresses that we're aware of, and then there's the things that may be impacting us that we're not even realizing is having an effect. So yeah, it's extremely important to prioritize your health and make sure that you are doing things to um, keep stress, the negative effects of stress from impacting your health, so as much as possible. So I'm going to talk about some of my favorite ways to counteract stress during perimenopause. So The first thing that I think is really important, which I just alluded to, is having a regular stress management activities. What does that mean? It depends on what helps you to relax. It could be taking a walk. It could be meditating. It could be reading a book. I really suggest having something, a stress management activity where you can involve exercise and movement, because a lot, like many of us, have what's called sitting disease, where we sit a lot, and that is impacting our circulation, our movement of chi and blood, which directly impacts our wellness as currently and as we get older. So if you can make that stress management activity that you do something that involves movement, that's really great. The second thing, the second way, so the first way to combat, the first way to combat stress during perimenopause that I'm recommending is a regular stress management program. And regular isn't weekly, regular would be daily, right? There's certain things that we do every day, so it would be doing that daily. My number two, second way to help combat stress during perimenopause is something I call PTF, personal time first. That means that before you start serving the world um, with all of the different things, or your family, or work, or wherever, that you have not managed, you have allotted time to put into yourself first. So your personal time first, because we don't mean to, but we can lie to ourselves a lot about what we're going to do. And then the day ends and we're like, oh, shoot, that didn't happen. And then a day turns to a week, turns to a month, and time goes like that. So making sure that you do your stress management and make sure that it's your PTF, personal time first, is essential, because then it makes it something that's regular, and that you make sure happens no matter what. Third way to help combat stress during perimenopause is breath, right? Taking nice deep breaths. That sounds like, oh, nothing, but it's everything. And a lot of us don't do it. I don't know if I've done it since I've started this video, but I do um, make it a habit to take nice, long, deep breaths. And one of the things that I found helpful and that I recommend to patients is having a timer that's set, that goes off. I like Insight Timer. Um, you can use any time you like, but they have like nice meditative gongs. There are other apps as well. The Plum Village app, they have a wonderful one where it just is a bell that goes off that helps you to remember to be in the present, to be mindful. And so that bell or that gong or that timer, whatever you like, could be a song, whatever, goes off, and it helps you to take a moment to be like, am I taking deep breaths? If not, let me do that now. And you could set it for whatever works for you, half an hour, every half an hour, some kind of way to come back to making sure that you are taking nice, deep breaths, mindful breaths. Number 4, well, I'm an acupuncturist, so I love acupuncture. And number 4, my fourth way to help combat, number 4 for helping to combat stress during perimenopause is acupuncture. So relaxing. Some people would be like, what? If you haven't had acupuncture and you're like, needles and you are relaxing? Oh, so relaxing. Acupuncture has been around for thousands of years, and it's part of Eastern medicine. And, modern research shows that having acupuncture can help to stimulate your parasympathetic nervous system, which is the rest and digest which is where we want to spend, where we want to live, basically, right? If there's something that happens that's stressful or that we need to deal with, an immediate threat, then that's when the sympathetic fight or flight is in. And then we want that to be able to turn off, and we want to live as much as possible in the realm of the parasympathetic. For many of us, that is not what happens as a result of different traumas, living while black, a number of different things, the current political system, any a number of things could make someone easily be in the sympathetic system, but we want to be more in the parasympathetic because that's going to help keep stress down, the negative effects of stress on the body, and thus the symptoms of perimenopause. We want to help to keep that down. And and number 5, which is also part of Eastern medicine, is Qigong. I am a huge fan of Qigong. For those who don't know what Qigong is, Qi means energy, Gong means to cultivate, or cultivation of, and so together it's an energy cultivation. It is a gentle, ancient practice of movement that combines breath and posture and concentration, and it is gentle and yet so powerful that there are places in Asia that have used it for years as part of their rehabilitation when someone has been in a hospital, to help them to heal themselves, to activate their body's natural healing intelligence. So, yeah, so I love Qigong. I think it's great. I actually have a free Qigong class coming up this Saturday. Let me just say more. So, with Qigong, one of the things, I mean, there's many things, but what's great about Qigong is it incorporates much of what I said. It helps to get you moving. If you do it first thing in the morning, it can really help to set your day up where you're coming into it refreshed in a way. And doing Qigong also helps with to stimulate the same pathways that get stimulated when we do acupuncture. It's not a replacement for acupuncture, but it works the same channels and pathways. And Eastern medicine as a system, if you think of it as a tree, has different branches. Acupuncture is a branch, Qigong is a branch, and there are other branches. So yeah, so if you are free and available, please join me this Saturday, February 1st, 2025, for a free Qigong class online. You can sign up in the link in the description. So yeah, those are my suggested 5 ways, and there's more. Definitely, there's many ways to combat stress, but these 5 I've really seen help women during the time of perimenopause keep stress down. And I think, as I said, it's really important, but I think also it is a time where there's just a lot going on. And in life, at any stage and age, a lot can be going on. But for many of us, we're dealing with, if you're a parent, children of different ages with needs. Forget it, as they get older, sometimes it's like they need more, right? There's the high school applications, college applications, all of what that is. Obviously, it's more than an application. There's dealing with aging parents and relatives. We tend to be at this age caregivers for those older and those younger, and it can be easy to put ourselves on the back burner. And when we're not being authentic with our needs, then that can become stressful, right? Let alone all of the different things that can go on in our environment and in our lives that we don't have control over. So I hope you found this useful, and I hope that you will incorporate these recommendations or suggestions for ways to help to combat stress during perimenopause. And I hope to see you this Saturday online for the free Qigong class. Until then, take care.